today's video we're going to talk about my 6 main tips in order to get your aquarium water crystal clear, to the point where you're able to take really good photos like this without those awful looking particles in your water. And this is something that I really struggled with when I first got my African cichlid tank, so let's go. One is filtration. Always overdo your filtration. If the filter is rated for about 30 gallons and you've got a 29-gallon tank, don't get that one, because the manufacturers always give you it without any media in. So once you put your media in, that flow rate slows down. So on this one I've got a 29-gallon and that's an Aquaclear 70 running the fluorescent breeder tank. Having this bigger filter just makes sure your aquarium water is a lot clearer, as there's more water volume going through that filter every hour. And then within that filter you're going to have your sponges, bio balls, chemical media, anything like that that you want to use. So tip number 2 is water movement and surface agitation. And basically that's just ensuring that you've got no dead spots in your aquarium. Your surface agitation, as you can see here, you get plenty of movement from the Sunsum 304B that I've got and the Sunsum Wave Maker. And this water movement and surface agitation just really helps to ensure that all your water in your tank is getting filtered, and there's no real big dead spots where you can have uneaten food and that kind of thing. And this also helps with oxygen exchange, where CO2 is released from the water, oxygen comes in, helps your fish breathe, which is obviously beneficial to them. So my 3rd tip, and probably the most important one, is Polyfill. That little filter there on the 75 is stacked with Polyfill, and you can get this from Walmart. I believe that bag cost me $7 and it's been the best $7 I've ever spent. As long as you've got the flow from your filters, the Polyfill really works wonders, and I noticed a big change. The 4th tip is having plenty of biomedia, and good biomedia like the sea chem matrix. 5th tip, you're going to be wanting to feed good food. You obviously want to feed good food anyway, just to make sure that your fish are healthy and that kind of thing, but the food also can help with your water clarity. So the good foods that I have found are Hikari, it's pretty good, New Life Spectrum, and obviously Northfin, and that's the food that I'm using at the minute. And that just, it doesn't cloud your water at all when you feed it, so that's been working really good for me. Besides that, you obviously don't want to be feeding too much either. You want to usually feed what they can eat in about 30 seconds. Any more than that is just waste, in my opinion. And finally, most importantly, tip number 6, water changes. There's no substitute for water changes, and if you get into a good regime where you're doing water changes once or twice a week, in addition to the 5 other things that we've touched on, you'll have clear water in no time. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, please subscribe. And join us on our next video where we'll be looking at initiating African cichlid breeding.